Hello, world. This is Shaikh Sammad. I am an artist of many sorts. I'm a multimedia artist, which means that I perform and I write and I create. I just like to make stuff, and I like to see people having a good time. I think it's important that we laugh and that we engage each other and that we socialize and we exchange ideas and talk to each other. And so that's all it's about. For me, it's like just being a stimulus. We're over that word, right? No more stimulus packages. No, just stimulating other people in thought and inspiration. I garden. I'm part of a gardening movement that seeks to promote urban vitality and sustainability among people by getting people back to the practice, reintroducing the practice of growing your own food or growing food for your community, growing food for your neighbors. I'm really proud and happy that I was invited to do the Raw Artist Showcase. I have an interesting few ideas to share with you all tonight, and I hope you enjoy it. The reason that I'm here is because someone introduced art and performance to me at a very early age. It was one of my teachers, one of my elementary school teachers, and you know, a lot of the things that I've done performance-wise has been to pay honor to his legacy and to pay honor to the idea of someone thinking enough about me to introduce me to something that's provided me a life outside of, you know, the ordinary. And I'm just enjoying it. I really am having a good time interacting with audiences and creating, brainstorming, you know, collaborating with other people, and just being productive, but being productive in a way that enriches those around me as a primary focus. So that's, yeah, I got into it. So I did my first theater show when I was 8 in an elementary school at George Washington Carver High School in Newark, New Jersey. What's up, Jersey? How y'all doing over there? Yes. And King Morrison was my instructor's name, and we did a Motown and soul review. We did the Four Tops and the Temptations and the Supremes and, you know, all these 8-year-old kids. We learned how to make our own costumes, their own set design. And, yeah, it's just been off and running since. That's when I got bit, if you want to call it that. I'm greatly influenced by poets, by the long lineage of poets, you know, going back to like Sufi and poets, Rumi, Khalil Gibran. My direct poetic influence among American poets is Amiri Baraka. I think he's brilliant. Art and poetry, I think, has to challenge, and so I respect people who do that. I respect people who question and even to a critical point what's going on in their time, and not only point fingers but also offer solutions, you know, people who help us see ourselves more clearly. So in that list you gotta go with, like, you know, people who have given us identity like Donny Hathaway or like a Stevie Wonder, any type of visionary, any person who's decided to be within or ahead of the spirit of their time and just create and do things that feel natural to them, even though it sometimes looks unnatural to other people. Or I think for me, success is always defined at a sense of completion and fulfillment and fullness. That means that when a theater piece is done, a play is done, a song is written, if I have an idea to do something and it exists in this world of thought and then I see it outside of myself, that's success. You know, it's that I was able to take what was an idea, past tense, and in my present tense carry that idea with me and develop it until it's something that I not only I see outside of myself, but that is apparent for other people too. And that's success. I think success is having people around you who value you just for you being there, just for who you are. That's huge. Like, I wouldn't trade that for anything, I don't think. You know, that my friends and my family, my loved ones, my collaborators, that we enjoy each other's company and presence, and that we come out with cool things sometimes, and then sometimes we don't, and it doesn't matter because it's done. We commonly speak or are encouraged to think in terms of separation of worlds, first world, second world, third world. I'm not really into that as much as I'm into the fourth world, which is the art world, which is what all of these people who are woven into, but at the same time outside of the main frame, the mainstream, these creative personalities. Some people just have a compulsion to work at a certain thing that some would call artistic. It's not necessarily that a person calls himself an artist first. It's that other people around them begin to call them an artist once they create or do things. And that's been a good encouragement. And it's also been a struggle, a battle. You know, we have this notion in America of the starving artist or the starving artist mentality, and I don't think that exists within cultures of greatness. I don't think if you look at history, any culture that we can identify as being great, we can identify mainly because the people that were a part of that culture, at least a certain segment of them, created and left artifacts and things for us to find that told us what, you know, some of what was going on then. And unless we in our society get to funding that, you know, not only funding it, but encouraging it and coming out to supporting it when it's happening, and doing it young and getting it, introducing kids to various mediums of art and creation and expression and giving them the money that they need, that our schools need, reintroducing the arts, not as some afterthought, but as a primary thought, as it is a primary thought in some people when they come onto this planet. Like, that's what art means to me. Art is right there, is mirroring life, and it doesn't have the power to create life, but it does have the power to change them. So that's where I'm at with ART. I'm gonna do a few spoken word pieces that I composed. I'm gonna have a special surprise guest, and I've invited one of my friends to introduce me. You see how that's all like not really telling anything? But listen, don't let the tone of my voice belie how excited I am, because I'm stoked. I'm just like charging it up still, you know. I think Raw's great. Like, I hadn't been able to come to a Raw event until last month. Come out, I'm like, oh wow, fashion show and a film and some other, and my mind was blown just by the level of integrity and class in the room. And I was like, I have to be a part of this. And so I campaigned for it, very, you know, soft-handed campaign, very lightly, and we're here. My name is Shaikh Sammad, and I'm a Raw artist.